going to make this decision now. Donald Trump will be the 45th president of the United States.
All right, guys, so we got to react to this pretty hilarious video going viral of this based Trump supporter setting a white liberal woman straight who is upset about a Trump sign being in his yard. Okay, now, again, this man has this Trump sign on his property. I'm going to show you guys what the Trump sign looks like at the end of the video. But videos like this, I think, are pretty funny because you're probably going to see a lot more of this moving forward going into the election, especially if Trump wins, right? If Trump wins, you're going to see a whole lot more of this because these lefties aren't very liberal. They aren't very loving, and they aren't very tolerant at all, okay? So you see this quite a bit where these people lose their minds because their neighbors have political opinions that they disagree with. So this guy is going to set this woman straight after she confronts him at his doorstep, but this is going to be on Ring camera about his Trump sign. And I want to talk about it, but before we get into it, we have to have a word from the sponsor of this video, Noble Gold. Are you worried about the future of the U.S. economy? With so much uncertainty in the air, it is natural to fret about the security of your retirement savings. However, there's one asset that stands the test of time, and that is gold. For centuries, gold has been a hedge against market volatility and economic instability. With a gold IRA from Noble Gold Investments, you can harness the power of precious metals in order to secure your financial future. By rolling over your existing IRA or 401k into a self-directed gold IRA, you can enjoy the potential for long-term growth and stability. Diversify your portfolio with a tangible asset that has real value. Setting up a gold IRA with Noble Gold Investments has never been easier with its streamlined process and expert guidance. This election year, do not let the volatility and uncertainty keep you up at night. Vote for the timeless safety of gold and silver in 2024. And Noble Gold Investments will give you up to 10 1-ounce silver Trump coins or a 10-ounce silver American flag bar if you open a qualified account. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com now. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. And just remember, there's a risk with every investment and there's no guarantee of any kind.
Oh. Hello?
Hi, is your name Dave Holder?
Dave? No.
Dave Holder.
James? Yeah.
Okay. The reason I'm coming to your door is I had somebody look into that thing in your yard that I think is a monstrosity, and I don't really like the way it's like degrading our neighborhood. And he worked for the electric company, and he said that's not your property. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to remove it, or I will be making a complaint.
Hey, check this out. A couple points. When we moved in, we had a survey done that is 110% my property. That the county will verify it.
It says it is the roadway easement.
It's not the easement. I've got a survey. And this is the thing. You guys need to mind your own business. It's my yard. It's not. If the county could have did something about it, they would have.
Okay, but it's our neighborhood, and you're degrading our neighborhood and bringing down our. I mean, it's just somebody who lives in the neighborhood.
Degrading the neighborhood, right? Degrading the neighborhood. We're talking about a Trump sign here, okay? You guys are going to see the sign at the end, right? But she's saying that it's degrading the neighborhood because she doesn't like to see that her neighbors have political opinions that are different than hers. And she's trying to get the sign taken down by saying that, well, technically the sign is not in your yard, like it's not on your property, so therefore it should be taken down. I'm going to file a complaint. But this guy is like, no, I had a survey done. That is my yard, right? This is my property, and I can put whatever I want on my property. But then again, you know, leftists probably don't understand this because they don't believe in property rights. I mean, these are the people that actually really should be minding their own business, okay? And it's just funny because they're trying to make this election about the right, conservatives not minding our business when they're the ones that need to mind their business, okay? And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, but first I want to finish this video.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what you think, lady. And listen, turn your ass around and get off my property.
Okay, well, I am going to be making a complaint. I just wanted to let you know, because it is our neighborhood. Put it on your mantle, but don't degrade our neighborhood. I don't care who you vote for, but it's disgusting monstrosity.
Your fucking attitude's disgusting. Don't come back to my yard. Hey.
And your trespass signs are also not in the yard. Okay.
Hey, guess what? Trump's going to be your daddy again.
Yo, this dude is hilarious. So apparently this is the sign. Now you can see that this is probably one of them big suburban neighborhoods, okay? And this guy is saying, no, all of this is my property, right? You got the flag here, it looks like the flag, and then you got the big Trump sign. And they hate it, bruh. They hate it. You know, I used to have a yard like this, actually. So I can totally see why neighbors would be upset, right? You know, you have to drive past this every day. You go to work, right? You're reminded, right, about Trump. It's so hilarious. But yeah, I mean, it's his yard, is his property. And yes, leftists, liberals should mind their own business, which again is hilarious how they want to make this election about, you know, minding your own business, because these people on the left, that's not what they do at all, especially when you talk about people like Tim Walz, who is the person that bought this up, right? He's trying to tell people on the right, hey, you need to mind your own business, when he has no room to talk. And I think that Ron DeSantis gave the perfect rebuttal to Tim Walz using this talking point.
A hell out of him with the ballot. Look, you and I, especially the gray hairs in the crowd, we know our relatives. Republicans used to be the people talking about freedom. Not this group. When they talk about freedom, it means that the government should be free to invade your exam room with your doctor. Look, in Minnesota, we respect our neighbors and the personal choices they make. We maybe wouldn't make the same choices, but we respect them. And I know in Minnesota and in Arizona and places across this country, you know what makes society work best? Is when you learn a golden rule. Mind your own damn business. Mind your own damn business. We don't need it. I don't need you telling me what books to read. I don't need you telling me about what religion we worship. And I sure the heck don't need you to tell me about my family.
Mentioned the left wanted to control us. There's this governor you may have heard of from Minnesota who, while you were opening your state for COVID, was keeping his lockdown and also doing a rat line for neighbors to rat each other out. And I understand there are a lot of Floridians now who have Minnesota accents.
Yes. Well, that's the thing. I've known about Walz a long time because when people flee, they would tell me why they fled. They come up to me. I'd have strangers just give me like a big hug saying, thank you. We escaped from California, New York, but a lot of them escaped from Minnesota, and Minnesota has lost population since he's been governor. And so I think the policies have been very destructive when you're driving out people. But think about this shtick he's doing. I mean, this is just unbelievable. He will give this stump speech and he says, you know, our neighbors can do what they want. It's none of your damn business what your neighbor's doing. This from the guy that set up a COVID snitch line imploring Minnesotans to tattletale on their neighbors for leaving their house. What, to take the dog, to relieve the dog, walk the dog, or go out and shoot hoops or something? He wanted you reported to the authorities. That is not minding your own damn business. That is a total abuse of government power. And then he'll say things like, well, these Republicans are weird. This is a guy that used Minnesota tax dollars to put tampons in the boys' bathrooms throughout the schools in Minnesota. Are you kidding me? And then he talks about trying to say, he's like, I want people to be able to, they make your own healthcare decisions. Fine, yeah, I agree. But he's the one that mandated the experimental COVID mRNA shot. There was a lot of people that didn't want that, and he forced that on the state employees. And so this whole shtick is totally contradicted by the record. Now the media, they are going to present him as, oh, he's a coach. He's a veteran, all this. That's what they're going to do. They're not going to talk about these policies. And it's interesting, even when they have to address it. So this knock on him for putting the tampons in the boys' locker room, how the media is portraying that is Republicans criticizing Walz for putting tampons in schools. They're omitting why we're so upset, why we think it's ridiculous, because he's putting it in the boys' bathroom. So they don't want to address the actual criticisms of it. I don't think ultimately these VPs probably, are going to affect the election, but how he's being presented versus the actual record, I mean, it's a stark contrast. And I've got people in Florida that live to tell the tales about what happened in the state of Minnesota. And it's interesting because you have some states in that same region, like Iowa's gaining population. They're doing very well. Minnesota's losing population. They're struggling. And it's all just a difference of philosophy and difference of policy. And that's a very stark contrast between those two states.
Yeah, so I think that Ron DeSantis laid it out pretty eloquently. The left, these are not the people who have any room to talk about somebody needing to mind their own business. Again, I expect to see a lot more of these types of videos come up as leftists get upset. Again, especially if Trump wins, because we know that these guys aren't very tolerant, right? They don't like people showing their support for Trump, which is why you probably should show your support for Trump more. Okay, you probably see videos like this of people, having issues with Biden Kamala signs, but you never see any of those, right? Because no real person actually supports this administration and their policies, right? So shout out to this guy for standing his ground, for having a no-nonsense attitude when this white liberal woman tried to confront him about taking down his Trump sign. Okay, he has private property rights. He also has freedom of speech. He can fly whatever sign he wants in his yard. And F your feelings. Okay, I mean, that's really the best way to sum it up. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.